Right now, the median American has just $8,000 in savings. The personal savings rate in this country sits at roughly 3.5% of disposable income. And a recent study found that the typical American worker has only $955 saved for retirement. But here's what makes this even more alarming. Only about 22% of Americans have more than $100,000 saved. That means nearly 8 out of 10 people have never crossed that line. And there's a reason that number matters so much. $100,000 is the financial tipping point. It's the moment your money starts working harder than you do. It's when compound interest stops being a concept you read about and starts being something you actually feel in your account. Everything before $100,000 is a grind. Everything after it is momentum. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to get there faster than you ever thought possible. No trust fund required, no lottery ticket, no crypto gamble. Just a proven system that works if you work it. Stick around until the end because the last strategy is the one that accelerates everything. Let's start with the part nobody wants to hear. You will never save $100,000 if you don't know where your money is going right now. The average American household spends about $6,545 every single month. That's $78,535 a year. And here's how it breaks down. Housing eats up about 33%. Transportation takes another 17%. Food grabs almost 13%, and insurance and pensions take 12.5%. That's over 75% of your income gone before you even think about saving. So, step 1 is a full financial audit. Pull up your bank statements from the last 90 days. Every transaction, every subscription, every late-night online purchase you forgot about. Sort every dollar into 3 categories: needs, wants, and waste. Needs keep you alive and employed. Wants make life enjoyable. Waste is money that disappears without adding anything to your life. Most people find between $200 and $600 a month in pure waste when they do this for the first time. That's money you can redirect immediately. Now, here's where the math starts working in your favor. Let's say you free up $400 a month just from cutting waste. You put that into a high-yield savings account earning around 4% APY. After 12 months, that's roughly $4,900. That alone won't get you to $100,000, but it builds the habit, and the habit is what changes everything. Let me give you the real framework. It's called the 3-lever system. There are only 3 ways to accelerate your savings: spend less, earn more, or make your money grow while you sleep. Most people only pull one lever. You need to pull all 3 at the same time. Lever 1 is aggressive expense optimization. Optimization means negotiating your rent, refinancing your car loan, switching to a cheaper phone plan, stacking cashback rewards, and meal prepping so you cut your food bill by 30% without eating worse. It means auditing every recurring charge and asking yourself, would I buy this again today if I didn't already have it? If the answer is no, cancel it. The goal here is to widen the gap between what you earn and what you spend. That gap is your savings rate. And your savings rate is the single most powerful number in your financial life. Lever 2 is increasing your income. And this is where most people leave the biggest opportunity on the table. Right now, 72% of American workers rely on at least one secondary income source. That's not a side hustle trend. That's the new economy. Nearly 40% of Americans have a side gig specifically because their primary paycheck doesn't cover their goals. If you earn $50,000 a year at your job and you save 20% of that, you're saving $10,000 a year. It'll take you 10 years to hit $100,000 from savings alone. But if you add a side income of just $1,000 a month and you save every penny of it, you've now got $22,000 a year going toward your goal. That cuts your timeline nearly in half. The fastest paths to extra income include freelancing a skill you already have, picking up overtime or shift differentials, selling things you no longer need, or starting a small service-based business on weekends. Lever 3 is making your money work for you. This is where compound interest enters the picture, and it's the reason $100,000 is such a critical milestone. Here's what most people miss. When you have $1,000 invested and it grows 10%, you make $100. Nice, but it's not life-changing. When you have $100,000 invested and it grows 10%, you make $10,000. That's real money being created while you do absolutely nothing. Before $100,000, you are the engine. You're pushing the car uphill with your own effort. After $100,000, the engine turns on. Compound growth takes the wheel, and your wealth starts building on top of itself. So where do you put your money? Start with your employer's 401k if they offer a match. In 2026, you can contribute up to $24,500 per year. If your employer matches even 3 to 6%, that's free money you're leaving on the table if you're not contributing at least up to the match. Next, open a Roth IRA. The 2026 contribution limit is $7,500 if you're under 50. A Roth IRA lets your money grow tax-free, and you pull it out tax-free in retirement. That's a massive advantage over decades. And for everything else, a simple index fund that tracks the S&P 500 is a solid foundation. The S&P 500 has averaged roughly 10% annual returns over the last 30 years. You don't need to be a stock picker. You need to be consistent. Now, let's talk about the timeline. How fast can you actually get to $100,000? I'll give you 3 real scenarios. Scenario 1. You save $1,000 a month and invest it at a 7% average return. You'll hit $100,000 in about 7 years. Scenario 2. You save $1,500 a month at the same return. You're there in under 5 years. Scenario 3. You save $2,000 a month. You hit $100,000 in about 3.5 years. The difference between Scenario 1 and Scenario 3 isn't talent. It isn't luck. It's intensity. It's how many levers you're pulling and how hard. Let me share something that trips people up. They start strong, see slow progress, and quit. The first $10,000 feels painfully slow. The next $10,000 feels slightly better. But from $50,000 to $100,000, something magical happens. Your investment returns start producing thousands of dollars a year on their own. The snowball is rolling. You can feel the momentum. That's the compounding curve kicking in. And that's the reward for staying disciplined when it felt like nothing was happening. Here's another move that separates the people who get to $100,000 from those who don't. Automation. Set up automatic transfers the day your paycheck hits. Pay yourself first. Automate a fixed amount into your high-yield savings account. Automate a fixed amount into your investment accounts. Make saving the default and spending the thing that requires effort. When you flip that switch, your behavior changes without willpower. And I need to address something real: lifestyle creep. You get a raise, you get a bonus, you land a new client, and suddenly your expenses rise to match. That's the trap. Every time your income goes up, your savings rate should go up with it. If you get a $500 a month raise, save at least $300 of it. Let yourself enjoy $200. That way, your life gets better and your savings accelerate at the same time. There's one more thing I want you to hear. Most of the world will tell you that saving $100,000 is something other people do. People with higher salaries, people with no kids, people who got lucky. That's a story, and it's a story that keeps you stuck. The truth is, people on $40,000 a year have done it. People with student loans and car payments have done it. People starting from negative net worth have done it. It doesn't require perfection. It requires a decision followed by relentless consistency. So, open a high-yield savings account if you don't have one. Set up an automatic transfer, even if it's just $50 a week. Review your last 90 days of spending and find your waste. And if you're not already investing, open a Roth IRA or contribute to your 401k up to the match. You don't need to do everything at once. You just need to start, and then never stop. $100,000 is the hardest money you'll ever build. But once you get there, everything changes. Your confidence changes. Your options change. Your entire relationship with money changes. And the next $100,000? It comes twice as fast.